Welcome, everybody, to season 2 of the Raiders franchise. In this episode, we're going to be covering probably weeks 1 through 3 here. We'll probably watch game 1 against the Chiefs. It's at home, so that'll be a good marker. We'll probably just kind of sim through the Bills, and we'll watch the key moments in the Chargers game here. Two big divisional matchups in this episode to kind of show us where we stand to start this year. We got a lot of new faces on this roster, including our new QB1 in Gregory Peterson. He's coming in at a 78 overall hidden dev. We'll figure out what that is when the time comes. A 96 throw power, which is actually kind of crazy. His accuracies are decent. He is a mobile guy, so we'll see him run a little bit this year, which is something we're not necessarily used to from our QBs. Gino did a little bit last year, but not a whole lot. Genti, our RB1, Damian Martinez, RB2. Some young developing wide receivers out here, and obviously the X Factor and Brock Bowers at tight end. We do have a rookie fullback in, I believe, Colin Freeman. There we go, Colin Freeman. He's not the greatest, but he can pass block, and he can kind of pass block. He can lead block though. So we'll see how that works out for us. I do want to try to get some more I form runs and stuff. Week 1 we will be without our star edge rusher in Max Crosby. He is injured. But we will be seeing some new faces in Jared Rich at D tackle 1. Percy Massey, who will be our starting free safety to start this year at least. Jonathan Reyes will be our second middle linebacker, and he is I like what he brings to the table at 6'3", 255, 73 overall. He's pretty quick, and he's a great tackler. His zone coverage needs some work, but it's not horrible. His finesse moves, power moves are okay. He should develop pretty nicely, though. Hopefully, at least. And Landon Roberts, for now, will stay at that MLB1 role, though. And then we have James Dansby, rookie for us, who's also a solid tackler, okay guy. He's definitely more developmental than Jonathan Reyes, but we're going to get to see him out there too a little bit, I believe. And we'll see if either one of these guys ends up staying there or if we move Chris Paul Jr. over there to kind of shore up that position. So week 1, we're going to be having Malcolm Kuntz at the left edge with Brennan Jackson backing him up and Enigbari starting at the right edge. Eric Stokes, Darian Porter will be our CB1 and 2, and rookie Braden Hartwell will be our CB3 going into this year. He's got some good things going. He's going to need some development, but I like his speed, and his man cover starting at 74 is pretty good. He can, I believe, his tackle's 59, never mind, which isn't horrible for a corner. It's not great in Madden, but it's not horrible for a corner. Special teams wise, we brought in Joshua Carney this offseason, and we have Aiden Wild over here, who was one of our last picks in the draft, 7th round draft pick, 63 overall guy with hidden dev. So I just have him in that long snapper role in order to get those snaps played because he's not going to be playing much for us on the offensive line at 63 overall. He is kind of intriguing, though. He's got 78 pass block, 79 strength, 75 pass block power. So he's an okay pass blocker coming in. The running side of his game just needs to develop a bit. And we'll see if that happens down the line and what kind of development he even has. We have rookie Dion Reynolds, who will be one of our returners this year and our wide receiver 5. He's a taller guy at 6'2", 216. He's got 87 speed. He's a great catcher, 81 catching, 76 catching traffic, 87 spec catch, 90 jumping. So with 79 release coming in too. So he should be. He could develop very nicely if the route running comes around and he gets more playing time. But I believe he should do okay on kick return. And yeah, that kind of rounds out our roster shakeup. I did change the scheme, so this year we are going to be running a vertical power scheme, vertical power run scheme. Offensively and then defensively, I have us in the 4-6 defense, which I think actually fits us. It says we are 100% scheme fit, and I agree. It fits us pretty well with the players that we have and what we want to do defensively. So, yeah, without further ado, I think it's time to get into this week 1 matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs at home. We're coming into this season as an 80 overall, but I feel like we have potential to be playing way above that. If Gregory Peterson can play even decently this year, I think we can honestly surprise some people. I don't know if we make the playoffs this year, but I mean, we finished 6-10 last season, and that was with not great QB play, and yeah, so we're gonna get to see our offense out first. We'll get to see Gregory Peterson's first career drive. Now, in the preseason, if you all didn't catch that episode, he had some ups and downs. He did turn the ball over a bit in the preseason. It's expected. He's a rookie. Turnovers are going to happen. But if he can limit those at least to not, I mean, if you saw the Green Bay preseason game, 3 interceptions was not great. But we're going to start with a little quick RPO out to Trey Tucker for 2 yards. So Gregory Peterson's first pass is completed. Be 2nd and 8 from the 30 now in the gun with Genti back there motioning Bowers over and motioning him back. Okay. Peterson to throw again, stepping up, throwing to Genti. Now, that's something I do want to see more. I do want to see Genti getting involved in the pass game this season a little bit more than he did last year. And we go I for him here, so we'll get to see Colin Freeman hand off to Genti to the outside, and he'll gain about 2. So the offense moving a little bit here. Saw a little first couple of plays for our offense. Really looking to step it up after last season. Peterson in the pocket throwing deep. And there's a flag on the play I'm going to assume is pass interference, and it is. So a big penalty there for us on Jaden Hicks. Peterson was looking to take a shot there, I believe, to Brock Bowers, who's out wide this play. Motioning Genti over, motioning Wicks in, stepping into the pocket, steps up, throws to Genti over the middle, who's got space to run, tries to make a man miss, and is tackled down at the 5. So the offense is moving here. Gregory Peterson looking relatively composed in his first drive. Genti getting involved here in this game, in the pass game. Damian Martinez in the backfield now. And it looks like we're going to hand off to him, and there's just nowhere to go. He's going to lose a yard there. Nowhere to go on that handoff, as they were ready for it. Going back to the gun here with Peterson and Genti in the backfield now. So back handoff to Genti, who gets back to the line of scrimmage. So our run game not really kicking off here to start the season, which is a little disappointing. I wanted our run game to be a little bit better going into this year. I didn't want all the pressure to be on Peterson, who steps back and fumbles. The pressure got there, and he might return this for a touchdown. He's going, and gone as Charles Grant can't catch up to him. And the O-line, definitely my biggest concern going into this season. Got a rookie quarterback and a spotty O-line, especially in the middle and on the right side, tackle-wise. Both options out at right tackle are not great for us. Charles Grant and DJ Glaze, both allowing over 20 sacks last season. So we're going to have to see what we can do there, and it's a possibility that we try to get somebody else moved over there. But turnovers, a turnover there costs us big. And we'll get to see our offense come right back out, see how Gregory Peterson can react to that. Throwing over the middle, hitting the DB in the head. As it wasn't necessarily great coverage, it was just good coverage selected for that type of play, as the slant goes right where that DB was going. So I don't want us to get in panic mode here, but we are down 7 early. Genti on a screen pass, some decent blocking out there. So the screen, and we get an injury timeout. I believe that's Dylan Parham, our left guard, which means I'm not sure who's going to be taking that place. If I had to take a guess, it would be Caleb Rogers. So Genti on the outside, and again, Charles Grant letting up a big play there, getting manhandled on that right side. If this is any sign of things to come, we cannot go that way for the remainder of the season as we hand off the ball there again and get nothing. It is going to be 3rd and 12 now. And we'll see what we have in this playbook with the young Gregory Peterson stepping back to the pass. Pressure getting there. Completes it out to the left, just not enough. It was a good play. Gregory Peterson actually not playing horrible outside that fumble. And we're going to be punting, so we'll get to see our defense, our relatively new look defense. Not a great punt there. Patrick Mahomes coming out now, 30 years old at this point. Going to get to see this relatively new look defense, a lot of new faces. We don't have Max Crosby this season, or this week. But I do want to emphasize us being great against the run and better against the pass than we have been. Our defense played really well, actually, down the stretch last year. So we're going to see if these young guys can come make an impact as we get back-to-back decent stops against the run. I'm looking for Landon Roberts and Jeremy Chin in the absence of Max Crosby to really step up in this game. But those three are our big three as they throw out to the left, completed. Just got a good matchup there that they wanted to exploit. And obviously, Patrick Mahomes going to do Patrick Mahomes things. Chiefs now at the 41. Handoff to the running back who gets some space. Rashad White signs with the Kansas City Chiefs in the offseason, and he's trying to make an impact here in his first game with them. Defense looking to get a stop. Pressure starting to get there. Pass out to Rashad White again. Landon Roberts makes that tackle. 2nd and 6 now, coming up from the 26. Chiefs looking to score again here. Landon Roberts misses the tackle, but slows them down enough that our guys can get there, get the stop. I believe that was Enik Bari and Jonathan Reyes in on that also. Load the box here on 3rd and 4, sending some pressure. And will they give that to him? They do, so the Chiefs get a first down there. That was decent coverage from Eric Stokes. Wish it was a little bit tighter, but they run an option here. A little bit of a dangerous play, and that is rookie Jared Rich, our DT1 going into this year. Making the stop there on Patrick Mahomes at the line of scrimmage. Great play there by the young guy. Come out in a pass rush set here with Malcolm Koons at the rushing D-tackle role. Sending some pressure. Mahomes steps up, throws down to the tight end. Noah Gray, I believe. Gaining about 3. So defense. 3rd and 7 here. Looking to hold strong. They held strong in the red zone last season. Sending a little bit of pressure. Thrown out to the right. And completed for a first down. Getting them to the 9-yard line. So Mahomes and this offense looking to put another touchdown on the board. Under center now. And off for Child White, who breaks the tackle, breaks up, and gets down to the 1. We see an injury for one of their linemen now. Chiefs looking to punch it in here from the 1. I form, power back in. Handoff. Stopped. Number 45, that is Devin White, who will be our starting will linebacker to start this year. Coming back out now from the one. Handoff for Rashad White. Jeremy Chin can't break him down. And he will score. Chiefs looking to go up 14-0 with this PAT in the first quarter. So this game may be getting out of hand here. We'll see if our offense, who was driving until that fumble on the first drive, can come out and at least put some points on the board. Maybe try to make this thing interesting going into the second quarter. I think our defense can get stops. Just got to play a little bit better. We were very close there to holding them to a field goal, but just couldn't do it. Genti has 49 receiving yards right now already, which is interesting. It's good to see him getting involved, though, while the run game isn't going. That was one thing I had an issue with last season was when our run game wasn't going, he just wasn't a factor in the game. So we get a solid little run there for, again, 3. I would like us to run the ball a bit better than we are showing right now, though, and that's a big part of what I wanted to do. Peterson out to the right, throwing a little high, but Besh able to go up and get that one first down. Raiders with a minute left in this first quarter now. Opposite eye now. Handoff, Genti hitting the backfield, breaks a tackle, breaks a second one, gains 4 out of what could have been a 2-3 yard loss there. Great play by Genti, making something out of nothing. Raiders at midfield now. Peterson stepping back to throw, feeling the pressure, steps up to run. He will gain about 4 yards there, so he's a little bit quicker. And when the pressure's starting to get there, he should be able to get out of the pocket and make some plays for us, which is good. I form now. Hand off to Colin Freeman, who gets stuffed short. We went with the fullback dive there, and we're going for it on 4th and 1 from the 43. Aggressiveness here from Coach Derek Knight. Throwing now. Batted up. Can't be brought in. Wicks had a chance to bring in the deflection. And we will turn the ball over on down. So now this defense in a tough position at midfield. Trying to stop them. A pitch out to Rashad White. Breaks a tackle from Darian Porter. Breaks another one from our backup free safety. Big gain there for the Chiefs. We're going to put more points on the board as the first quarter comes to an end. Chiefs up 14-0 in this one. Team is looking a little bit better in areas, but there are still a lot of question marks on this roster. I do think we can make some surprising wins. I do think we can win at least 7 games, but it may not be until later in the season as the flag comes out now. And it looks like it's going to be holding on the Chiefs, which will negate a very solid run. Rookie wide receiver Branson there, who had a big catch earlier. It'll be 1st and 13 now. Mahomes back to throw, throwing out to the left, complete to Rashee Rice, who will go out of bounds after getting a 6. 2nd and 7 here, Mahomes in the gun. Stepping back to pass, they set up a screen to Rashad White, who gets slowed down by Landon Roberts and cleaned up by Laulu, our 3rd DT on our depth chart right now. It's 3rd and 9 coming up. Pressure's starting to come, and Noah Gray over the middle, wide open. Not great coverage there from our linebackers. I believe that's Jonathan Reyes who's in coverage. Brought down by Eric Stokes. Just can't be that far off him. Mahomes will make you pay every single time. Chiefs now on the 21st game. I think Massey needs to not play in the slot. As much as I like him, I think Eric Stokes and maybe I don't know. Maybe Braden Hartwell will get some burn there. Luke Kelly, I don't hate him, but I feel like I need something else on this roster, so I might look at trading him. We do have some guys on the practice squad. Actually, I should have gone depth right there, right? Practice squad, there we go. Cedric Dawson, who's a rookie, 69 overall. Chigozie Anusium, yes. I should have gone to the roster actually here. Roster wise, we're getting Max Crosby back this next week, which is good. Cedric Dawson, his coverage is looking for somebody who's decent in man and zone. We got guys up there, but it's just more about finding somebody who's good down here necessarily. Cedric Miles Purchase is our best man guy on practice squad. Jaquan Shepard's here. Cedric Dawson's got 71. Miles Purchase is probably the guy that comes up if I do get rid of Kai Blue Kelly, which I'm thinking I might. Try to trade him for some picks or something. Cedric Dawson is a 69 overall, though. And new CM's here, who was up on the roster last time around. His coverages just aren't there, which is kind of frustrating. Cedric Dawson, I think, might actually be the one that comes up. So we're going to go look at the trade center. I was looking at Trey Tucker, and I'm tempted to pull the trigger on one of those right tackles and see if we can get an improved play over there, simply because our right tackle situation is not great. So we're going to go here. We can get a young right tackle, and Carson Vincent, though, with Caillou Kelly, which is tempting. So I'm going to actually take that to add to that right tackle spot, and hopefully we can see him play this next week and see what happens there. I went the wrong way. See if we can get something for one of these other right tackles. Maybe DJ Glaze, because he's our best right tackle. No, okay. The Ravens do need the right tackle. We just traded with them, so that's probably not happening. Josh Jones, maybe? Nope. So we're gonna go DJ Glaze, and I like him, but he's got normal depth, and he allowed 25 sacks last season. So we're gonna see if there's any team like the Seahawks maybe that need that, and we'll send him for a 4th-round pick maybe. We'll see. Declined. We could probably get a 5th and a 6th maybe. 5th and a 7th or later 7th. We can get a 6th and a 7th then, which is good value for this guy, especially like coming off a season where he allowed over 20 sacks. Now we're going to go into the depth chart here. Try to keep everything relatively the same. Go all the way to right tackle, and I think we're going to let Vincent rock out here with Charles Grant backing him up. I don't think he can play a whole lot worse than what we've seen over there. I like his size, though, 6'7", 314. Powers Johnson did okay the last game, I think. Meredith, I would like to bring in a new center to really try to shore things up. I don't know if there's any free agents available that are even worth bringing in, like center or anything. I can check real quick. Left tackle, we don't need a left tackle. Left guard, no. Definitely not. Are there any younger guys? Taekwondo Alexander. Normal dev. Sometimes you can come in here and you can find these guys who got future starter under their name, and they'll come out with some hidden dev. but nothing quite there. Right guard. Kappa, I did release Kappa in the offseason. He is still here. So nothing quite there. And right tackle wise, yeah, not much going on there. So we're going to run with what we have. I don't want to make any drastic changes over one game against a really good opponent. So we're going to come back in here and look. We got Vincent here, Power Johnson, Meredith. And we do have Devin Rushing, who's a rookie, who has great pass block at 81, but his run blocking isn't great. And if we compare that to Meredith, I may end up starting him because I haven't fully compared them. They have the same pass block. Meredith is a much better run blocker, but he's also older, and I don't know what all we do there. Dylan Parham, I like Dylan Parham, I really do. We got guys who should be good. They're just not performing very well, but I don't want to make drastic changes and start sending guys off immediately right away. So we're gonna just chill for now on moves. Hartwell being there. I do have that roster spot, so we are going to come up to our practice squad and bring up Cedric Dawson, the rookie from our practice squad, and get him into the corner rotation probably. He's a 69 overall here, so that's good. But I think Eric Stokes takes over the slot corner role. I think he'll play it better than what we've been seeing. I think, as much as I like Percy Messi, I want him to be back further. I don't want him to be up in the line. So I'm going to have Jeremy Chin take that spot from him. Nose tackle Hemingway. I think Jared Rich actually earned, after that, he earned a lot of love there. And he's going to be our second rushing D tackle as well. I think I'm going to have Hemingway come in. We're kind of just letting Adam Butler and Lalu be on the roster at this point. Rushing right end, rushing left end. Obviously, that's where we want a slot wide receiver. I'm tempted to give it to Don Davian Wicks going into this next game to see if we can get something going there. Maybe he'll get open a little bit better in the slot. Power back wise, we kind of just have to leave Genti in there. I like Martinez and I want him to get more involved, but we kind of have to leave him where he's at. I really don't want Metro Young in. He's not horrible. He's okay. He's got better man coverage than most of our safeties, or all of them, I think. His zone coverage isn't great at all, but maybe he can switch to corner at some point. So I'm gonna leave him back up there. I just don't want to see him on the field as much, so maybe we'll go here like that. Actually, I like that better. And cornerback wise, we're gonna have Cedric Dawson come and be our CB5. I'm gonna leave Isaiah Dunn a CB4, and we're gonna leave Braden Hartwell in there to get some reps going for him. His man coverage isn't bad per se. It's not great, but it's better than Dunn and Dawson's, so that'll keep him there, especially since it looked like we were playing quite a bit of man in that game. Zone-wise, none of our corners are great in zone, but it is what it is, really. We just kind of have to deal with what we have right now. Devin White made some plays, but I feel like maybe Chris Paul Jr. needs to get some burn in there, so we'll find out. We'll give Devin White this game and see what he's able to do. Elena Roberts, Jonathan Reyes, he was kind of disappointing, honestly, in that first game. Made a lot of mistakes, but he is young, so that can get shored up. I don't think we saw a lot of Dansby or Dumas Johnson, but I don't know how many sets we're using the Sam linebacker in. Jared Rich played very well, so he's going to keep that D tackle one spot. And Barry played okay. Crosby obviously didn't play, so it'll be nice to have him back. And yeah, I think everybody else is set. We are going to sim through this Bills game. They have quite a few injuries actually. Keon Coleman, Josh Palmer, hurt corner. Ray Davis is out. Matt Milano's out. But they do still out overall us, and they Cole Kmet got traded to the Commanders. Okay. And Justin Tucker got cut from the Falcons. Okay. Anthony Richardson on the Rams, 340 yards, 5 touchdowns. Actually, yeah. Let's go look at some of these other guys that we saw in the draft, such as Miguel Guerrero, 264, 3 touchdowns, and nothing on the ground. They didn't run much. Rookie Kelvin Tate on their team, too, with Brian Robinson. He's turned to Tyquan Thornton, Juwan Johnson, Jalen Polk, Chris Olave, rookie Trey Cologne, Brian Robinson. Yeah, they got Trey Palmer on the team, too. So they got him some good guys. Juwan Johnson gets 2 touchdowns there. All right. So this was probably, if we looked at his dev, he's the superstar X Factor. So he's going to play good this year, I have a feeling. We're going to keep an eye on his stats going forward. I just want to see after the first game how he did. Steelers is the other team who drafted a quarterback. They brought in Tyler Huntley, though, who started week 1 for them. Interesting. McFadden isn't injured. He does have franchise QB of the future, so he'll probably start at some point down the road, maybe this next game. He was the 3rd best quarterback. He had round 2 to 3 potential. Both Guerrero and Peterson had Guerrero had top 5 potential. Peterson had round 1. And we're gonna go check out the Rams, who brought in Anthony Richardson and drafted Tim Queen, who doesn't have any tags, but Anthony Richardson in his first start with the Rams throws for 340 and 5 touchdowns with 1 pick. That's nuts. And he rushes for 33 on the ground too. They still have Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, 178 and 2 touchdowns. Keenan Allen, who they added in the offseason, had 99 and a touchdown. Darnell Washington on their team now with a touchdown. Devontae Adams had a touchdown. So the Rams are quite loaded, actually, at talent for him to throw to, with Adams, Keenan Allen, and Nacua. 2 really, really good vets and a really good young wide receiver. And then they get Darnell Washington in their tight end room because they did get rid of Tyler Higbee, who I believe retired in the offseason as well. So they add Darnell Washington, a big body at 6'7", 295 at tight end. So he's going to be a great blocker, but he's also going to be able to score in the red zone for him. That's a career arc we need to keep an eye on, though. I think Richardson in year 3, ending up on the Rams after Matthew Stafford retires, and immediately having a fantastic impact for them, leading the league in passing yards and probably passing touchdowns after week 1, with Nacua leading the league in receiving yards. Yeah, that was crazy games. James Cook, who we're going to face this week, had 18 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown in week 1. Parsons had 3 sacks in week 1. A lot of interceptions in week 1 as well. So we're gonna skip past this week. We're gonna watch the key moments in the Chargers game, and we actually pull out a win here in week 2 against the Bills. Gregory Peterson, 20 for 25, 224, and 3 passing touchdowns, wins AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So we take a tough loss in week 1, like a really tough loss, and we come out. Gregory Peterson bouncing back. Josh Allen only scores 1 passing touchdown. He doesn't rush for 1 actually. But yeah, so we're gonna look here. 224 and 3 touchdowns for Gregory Peterson, who has a bounce back performance after week 1, which is good to see. Genti, 14 for 66, Martinez has 8 for 20 on the ground, and he scores a touchdown. Lob got some carries. Wicks got 2 carries for some reason. Wicks also had 2 touchdowns and 63 yards in his first game as our slot wide receiver, which is big. And Trey Tucker, another solid game with 55 yards. Brock Bowers scores again in back-to-back games. Besh gets involved. Everybody getting involved here. Defensively, Landon Roberts leads us with 14 tackles. Darian Porter has 7 TFLs here for Enigbari and Kuntz, which is good to see. No sacks, though, unfortunately, in this one. No picks. And we get pass breakups from 2 rookies, and Braden Hartwell and Percy Massey and Darian Porter. No forced fumbles. I do want to see how do we do against them specifically. Josh Allen, 242 and a touchdown. He didn't play horrible. James Cook, we held him better than he had in week 1. He does score, but only 66 yards there. Cesar Beltran, rookie wide receiver out of Minnesota, has 67 yards on us. Marco Griffin, so they add a couple rookie wide receivers who contribute for him there. James Cook scores through the air as well on an 11-yard touchdown catch. Like keep Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir still here. Keon Coleman was injured for this game, so maybe if they don't have as many injuries, we probably lose that game. But that's part of the league there. Part of what happens in football. Injuries can be tough to overcome. Gregory Peterson, though, James Dansby getting a upgrade points, and we got some guys ready to negotiate. Jeremy Chen's a tough one. I would like him back, but he's not interested, so we'll see what we can do there. I don't think I bring Lamau back as our backup. Trey Tucker's interested in coming back, but we'll see what happens. Dontavian Wicks is not interested in coming back, which is interesting. Kind of sucks. Michael Mary's not interested in coming back, which is okay with me because we did just draft a tight end. Chris Paul Jr. is interested. I like that because Devin White may not be our guy going forward. We're definitely accepting the option for Brock Bowers, although it may be smarter to just accept or to try to extend him. If I can, is that an option? Maybe not. But we're definitely accepting his option if we can. Regional scouting focus here. Let's see. We're going to go tight end here just because we're losing Michael Mayer, and it would be cool to have another solid backup guy. Wide receiver, quarterback. We'll go wide receiver, try to add a true X-Factor guy, which we don't really have. We're going to go corner just because that's one of the best over here. And then southeast-wise, we'll go corner as well. National focus, I'm going to focus on the O-line regardless of what is strong and what is not. 2 injuries here for the Chargers. We got Marion Hampton, who's out, and Dante Jackson, I believe. So we'll get to see, a little bit of a weaker offense here for the Chargers. Probably one of our closest matchups in this division with the Broncos and the Chiefs. We do have quite a ways to go with those teams, or to be competitive with those teams. As we come in 1-1, we are going to watch probably the first offensive and defensive drive for us just to see how this game's looking like it's going to go, and then we're going to do a little bit of a slow or a normal speed watch and see if there's any key moments as we get a big hit from Percy Massey, who hopefully he's taking a turn around the corner here. Justin Herbert coming out now in his 7th season. Under center to start this game. Play action. Overthrows his wide receiver. Looked like good coverage there. The pressure was getting there. The play action did fool our guy, though, which is unfortunate. Max Crosby back Hopefully he can make an impact as he throws out to the Herbert throws out to the running back there. Jonathan Reins with the tackle. 3rd and 6 quickly here. Defense looking to short things up after week 1. Crosby coming. Throwing deep. Percy Massey catches the deflection for the interception. So the rookie with his first career interception coming off a deflection there. Good play in coverage. I believe that was Darian Porter that caused the deflection. Massey in the right place at the right time. Herbert throwing out. That's good coverage. Hit as the ball gets there, and just right place, right time for Percy Massey, who makes a big play. And we'll get to see Gregory Peterson coming out now with this offense already in decent field position at the 27. See if they can start hot here today. Starting out under center now with Genty in the backfield. Stepping back, play action, throwing, completes to Bowers as he's hit. Breaks the tackle, bringing it back around. Brock Bowers looking to have a big season here with some better quarterback play. And he could, in fact, have that big season he wants as he's making plays. Hand off to Genty here. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, gains 1. Run game is definitely something that I want to improve as the year goes on, but we'll see. Vincent out at right tackle there, the guy we traded kind of careless for is Genty takes a handoff up the middle for a touchdown. Raiders are on the board first in this one. Great run there, great blocking up front on that run. Cardi drills the PAT, and the Raiders are up 7-0 early. Because that was a quick succession there, we're going to just continue to sit here and watch this one. Actually, we'll just get through this one a little bit quickly after that start. We'll see if we can see anything else going on big here. Go normal and end of the game. 10-yard reception there, 6 yards for Zamir White. Big gain there, incomplete pass. Chargers looking to answer back quickly. Run to Gadsden for 11 there. Quentin Johnson for 13, and they're knocking on the door. Quentin Johnson for the touchdown. So Chargers, after that first drive, come right back and score. Even it out at 7. Genty for 8 yards on that run. Loses 3 the next play, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 here, and an incomplete pass. So we're going to have to punt it away. 59-yard punt there, so really good punt. Going to need our defense to step up here in this game. They had a hard time against the Chiefs, putting drives away in 3rd down situations. 3rd and 4 here for the Chargers. Knocked away by Darian Porter, so defense does get a stop there. This offense coming out now. 5-yard rush by Colin Freeman. Interesting. 5-yard reception by Colin Freeman. So Colin Freeman getting involved here. Gregory Peterson running now. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 7 coming up. 12-yard catch by Jack Besh to get the first. 7-yard catch by Trey Tucker. Thrown away there. 3rd and 3, thrown away again, and we're going to be punting once more in the second quarter. Now we're going to start speeding this up a little bit here. Zamir White, pass dropped, so defense gets another stop. Sacked. Pass knocked away. 4th and 11, we punt one more time. Chargers looking to put some points on the board here. 2 big catches by Quentin Johnson. And a sack by Malcolm Kuntz to end that drive for the Chargers there. That's big. Trey Tucker for 13. Genty for 3 through the air. Sacked by John Franklin Myers. 3rd and 15 and a 4-yard rush. Still 7-7. 25 seconds left in this one. Chargers can't get anything going in that time, and we get the ball at half. Incomplete pass there. Brock Bowers for 8, 3rd and 2 coming up, and pass is knocked away, so we're going to be punting again. Still 7-7, so a defensive battle in this one. Our defense has stepped up here today against this Chargers team. Looking to continue their momentum and get some more stops as the Chargers are starting to move a little bit here. Rashawn Slater injured on that play. Quentin Johnson for 10, so the Chargers moving the ball and complete. 4-yard rush, 3rd and 6 coming up here. 9-yard reception by Quentin Johnson, who's cooking us today. Justin Herbert thrown away, pass knocked away. 3rd and 10, big play here for the defense. And they get the stop. So the Chargers go up by 3, 10-7 in this one. Looking to see if our offense can get some momentum back as Gregory Peterson is sacked to start the second half. A 3-yard rush, 3rd and 14 now. Sacked again. And we punted away. Defense needing to get a stop. 3rd and 11 here. 7-yard reception, so they do get a stop. Offense will get a chance to answer back. 10-yard reception from Jack Besh. 7-yard reception for Wicks. 26-yard reception for Wicks now on the 8-yard line. 6-yard reception, 3-yard line now. Trey Tucker did get injured on that play, though. 3-yard touchdown by Genty. Raiders up by 4 now in the 4th quarter. Coming down into crunch time. Defense looking to continue the great game they've had as Trey Harris catches a 20-yard bomb. Samir White for 1, 3-yard penalty against the defense on Reins. Herbert rushes for 8. Chargers moving the ball now. Chargers looking to punch it in. Touchdown for the Chargers. 2:50 left on the clock here for this Raiders team. Seeing if Gregory Peterson can do something big here for us. 4th and 4, they kind of have to go for it. They do, they don't get it. Chargers immediately in scoring range. They kick their field goal up by 6 now. Minute 18, 1 timeout. Big reception for Brock Bowers. Big reception for Wicks. 7-yard run by Peterson. 35 seconds left. Thrown away. Clock will stop. 32 seconds. Incomplete again. 24 seconds now. 3rd and 10. 15-yard reception by Dante Thornton. But the game will end. No timeouts. No way to stop the clock in that time. And the Raiders fall 20-14 to the Chargers. Peterson throws 2 picks in this game. We had a pick of our own that we saw, but it's not a great game for Peterson. In this one, pressure was getting there all game. Rushing wise, we could not run the ball well, or we didn't have the opportunity really being so close and down as much as we were. Wicks has an okay game. Brock Bowers has an okay game defensively. Percy Massey leads us in tackle. We get 2 TFLs. A sack from Malcolm Coons. Massey with that pick. And just like that, we start the season out 1-2. Kind of like last season. We're going to see if our young quarterback and Gregory Peterson can get us going. We do get 2 injuries here, so we're going to see what that's about. Trey Tucker will miss 5 to 9 weeks. And Jared Rich is going to miss 3 to 7 weeks. So I think I'm going to be placing both of them on IR, unfortunately. Jared Rich, who is having a very solid start to his rookie season, gets injured and he's going to be out for a bit. Both guys going to IR now. Huge losses there, but that does mean, I believe, we can bring 2 people onto the roster with them on IR. You get a DB breakout, though, and it may be Percy Massey with the pick. It is Percy Massey. He has a breakout opportunity, which is big. Blake Cashman joins the Panthers. Okay. So that'll be something to look at going into next episode is that breakout opportunities. We're going to be facing the Cardinals. We play the Chiefs again. Probably going to sim through that game. We'll watch the Cardinals and the Browns games in that one. So, yeah, I hope that we can see some improvement from our young Gregory Peterson here. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Let's go see. So after a great first game, Miguel Guerrero actually goes downhill. Let's go check out Steelers, see if they've been playing. They're playing Will Howard over Lyle McFadden, which is interesting. And then the Rams, just to kind of round out this recap of who it was. I should have gone the other way. I apologize. So 7 touchdowns, 3 picks after 5 touchdowns and 1 pick in game 1. Game 2 and 3, he throws 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So kind of a little bit of a cool-off period there. Puka has 310 yards. And is leading the league in receiving yards. But, yes, we're going to be hoping Gregory Peterson going forward can turn his little season around here. And cut down on the INTs. Genti off to a solid start this season at 118 and 2 touchdowns. Receiving wise, Brock Bowers, Trey Tucker, who's we're going to be missing for quite a while now, which will mean going forward, Dante Thornton will be in the rotation a bit more. We're going to go to our roster now. We have 2 wide receivers, 1 wide receiver. We'll be bringing up David Edwards from our practice squad, who had a solid preseason, actually. So we're going to be bringing him up from our practice squad to give us another body in our wide receiver room. And then we are also going to be bringing up JJ West from the practice squad, who I believe did play last year, actually, for us. So we're bringing up somebody who got time last season into the room to, he played a little bit last year. He didn't play a whole lot, but he did get playing time. General, how many snaps? He played 34 snaps last season. So nothing crazy, but we are losing Jared Rich, who was on a very solid start to his career, and we lose Trey Tucker, who was also having a very solid start to the year, and we bring up David Edwards, who could possibly contribute, but I do think it will mainly be Wicks and Thornton along with Bowers. So moving forward, I think we're on a weird borderline of becoming a really good team and being able to win these close games, but it's really going to come down to our offense being able to turn things around and play a little bit better. Our defense does need to play a little bit better also, but they have been on the field a lot to start the year. With that, though, I think I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all tune in for next time. And I hope you all enjoyed the off-season live stream. That was fun to do. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go back and check it out. I know the episodes are long. There will be time coming up in between episodes as I'm moving, so episodes will be a little further apart. Hopefully not a whole lot. But I do hope hope you all stay tuned. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow along on TikTok, follow on Twitch, whatever it is you want to do. These episodes are live streamed every time I do them, and then I throw them on YouTube after editing them a little bit. So if you want to come in and hang out and watch these episodes live, that is an opportunity. I am thinking about streaming them on YouTube eventually, but we'll find out. Maybe the next off season will be on YouTube. But anyways, wrapping it up. I hope y'all are having a great day or night or whenever you're watching this. I hope y'all tune in next time. And as always, I'm out of here. Peace.